What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs, and we have a ton of Chiefs news that has happened over the last 24 hours to talk about. Let's get into it. So firstly, it was reported late last night that the Kansas City Chiefs notified L'Jarius Sneed that they would be franchise tagging him. This doesn't really come as a surprise at all, given that General Manager Brett Veach pretty much told everybody in a combine interview in Indianapolis that the team was going to use the franchise tag to help them out this offseason. Sneed was the obvious tag candidate. So the Chiefs are going to go ahead and do that, although it was reported by Ian Rappaport earlier this morning that the Chiefs haven't tagged cornerback L'Jarius Sneed yet, but that they're expected to. However, Ian Rappaport did feel the need to mention that he has permission to seek a trade, and he is not the only person saying this. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN was also saying that there could be a trade if the Chiefs can't come to a long-term deal with L'Jarius Sneed. And again, this isn't really a surprise, but that said, it is a little bit of insight into maybe what the Chiefs plan on doing, because usually when you hear that said team will trade a player if they can't come to a deal with them, that player typically ends up getting traded in the end. So signs point towards L'Jarius Sneed probably getting traded at some point, if I had to guess. But we'll definitely monitor this going forward. But right now, it looks like the Chiefs are going to apply the franchise tag to L'Jarius Sneed to make sure that he doesn't walk for nothing this offseason. The Chiefs will try to hammer out a long-term deal, but it seems like Chris Jones is the priority, and if they can't get anything done with Sneed, they will ship him off. And then another development that we had this morning was the Kansas City Chiefs are releasing wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That's according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. He states that Kansas City will be saving $12 million on the cap with this move. He also added that Valdes-Scantling, a vertical threat who still draws defensive attention downfield, which KC valued, but handling Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed the top priority for the team. This move also doesn't really come as a shock either, because if the Chiefs were going to address wide receiver this offseason, there had to be some turnover in that room. Getting rid of MVS was the first step. There was no way that he could come back next year with that $12 million cap hit. He's not good enough to justify it, and the Chiefs save a lot of money with this move. Given that they're going to be applying the franchise tag to L'Jarius Sneed, they need that breathing room, they need that cap space, and then of course you have Chris Jones coming up too, so you had to save money somewhere. Getting rid of MVS saves money, and this gives MVS a chance to latch on with a different team. Because he's being released right now, he can sign with a team at any time. He doesn't have to wait until free agency, so it's probably pretty likely that MVS will quickly find a new team elsewhere, maybe even before free agency starts. This gives him a chance to get ahead of the game and let teams know that he is available to sign. So it works out for both sides. The Chiefs appreciate Marquez Valdes-Scantling's contributions, especially in the postseason, but it was pretty much time to move on. Moving on from that, the Kansas City Chiefs announced upcoming renovations to Arrowhead Stadium this morning, and they dropped renovations on the official Chiefs Twitter account. The tweet states, "Arrowhead Stadium is the iconic heartbeat of Chiefs Kingdom, full of history, amazing memories, and so many more good times to come. Our vision is to elevate our unrivaled fan experience for the next generation of fans with improvements across all levels inside new activation zones and tailgate experiences, and so much more." As you can see from the renderings, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be adding a new end zone club to Arrowhead Stadium, it looks like, as well as kind of a new tailgate atmosphere outside of the stadium with a football field concert-type venue, and then they're going to be renovating the bridges that go from the parking lots to Arrowhead Stadium to hopefully help with the congestion in the parking lots, as well as the flow of traffic. Other renovations include an upper concourse canopy providing weather protection, including infrared heaters and overhead fans for the upper deck. New VIP stadium entry points will make it easier for all fans' traffic. New sideline clubs at the lower level, new video boards, upgraded TVs and Wi-Fi throughout the stadium, new concession stands, retail spaces, and restrooms. This is definitely a step in the right direction for Arrowhead Stadium, and it's yet another sign that the Kansas City Chiefs are committed to staying where they're currently at. And then the last bit of news that I wanted to talk about was the NFLPA released their second consecutive survey report from across the league, and the Kansas City Chiefs had some rather poor grades. Despite the Kansas City Chiefs being one of the winningest and most successful organizations in the NFL over the last 5 or 6 years, the Chiefs graded out rather poorly in conditions for players and ownership. Going over the list, the Chiefs got a D+ in treatment of families, C- in food and cafeteria, F in nutrition, F in locker room, D in training room, F in training staff, C+ in weight room, C+ in strength coaches, D in team travel, first in head coach, obviously, and then they were 32nd in ownership. And of course, everyone is wondering, how could the Kansas City Chiefs grade out so bad, and how could they have the worst owner in the NFL and Clark Hunt, despite seemingly great continuity and transparency from ownership in the organization? But that's because owner Clark Hunt doesn't typically spend a lot of money. Clark Hunt was asked about these poor grades in an interview with Harold R. Kuntz of Fox 4 KC, and he continued to say that the practice facility is certainly a high priority for us. However, an anonymous player survey answer stated that the Kansas City Chiefs were promised a new locker room after the 2022 season, only to return to the same locker room with only new chairs. Unfortunately, it looks like Clark Hunt needs to up the spending for the Kansas City Chiefs organization to improve the quality of life for players and making Kansas City an attractive destination for free agents. I could certainly make a video going more in depth on this, but Clark Hunt is dead last in the league in cash over cap spending, meaning that, yeah, the Chiefs use up all of their cap space, which is simply just accounting. But when you actually look at the cash that's going out to players, the actual checks that Clark Hunt is writing, the Kansas City Chiefs are dead last in cash over cap spending, which means that Clark Hunt is investing very little back into the team. This is a little bit discouraging to hear, given that the Kansas City Chiefs just came off a back-to-back championship victory. You would think that an NFL owner would be excited to invest more money into a winning product. But we'll see if Clark Hunt can come through on any of these promises. Because outside of simply hiring Andy Reid, it seems like Clark Hunt hasn't done much for the organization. So yeah, guys, that's everything new that's going on in Chiefs Kingdom. So with all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. Make sure you comment down below your guys' additional thoughts, and make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. I'll see you in the next one. Go Chiefs!